Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching All the Rage, and today is a really exciting day. I say that every time, but this is a good one because I think we all need to be reminded of this, myself included. You're watching how to be a better parent to a toddler in 5 easy steps. Let's jump into the video right now. If you want to learn how to be a better parent to a toddler, feel on top of your game, and all other motherhood related stuff, be sure to start by subscribing to my channel and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Guilt as a parent can be so overwhelming. Maybe these questions have run through your mind. I know they've run through mine many times. I have a son, his name is Reed, and he is 3 years old. We're right in the middle of that three-nager time in their life where they're a little crazy and life can be hard sometimes. So if you have ever asked yourself these questions, you are at the right place watching this video. Did I spoil him enough? Too much? Did I teach him this or that? Did I spend enough time with him? Should I have disciplined better? Should I have put him in that time out? Am I too much of a perfectionist? Is he going to turn out okay? These are just a few thoughts that may have been running through your head if you're a parent. For step 1, this is going to bring it back to the basics, and I think it's really important to remember. So step 1 is unconditional love. Now, it might seem crazy because, of course, when you have a child, you have unconditional love for them, right? I mean, that's what we all think, but sometimes that's not always the case. Maybe we have unconditional love, but we don't remember to appreciate and truly love them. If you don't focus on that love you have for your child, you will never treat them with respect and patience. The tip for step 1 is going to be take a few minutes each day and write down something that your kid does that you love. If a couple things come to your mind, then write them down. The goal is to go to them and be able to say, I really appreciate how you do this or that, or I love this about you, just to encourage them and make them excited about who they are. All right, guys, be sure to stay tuned for the end because I have a special bonus tip you're not going to want to miss. Step 2 is understanding. So obviously toddlers are going to drive us nuts. Like I said before, the three-nager, then you have the terrible twos. There's always something going on because they're emotional little beings and they have meltdowns like all the time. For instance, I'll say to Reed when we're 2 minutes from leaving the house and I know we're going to be driving in the car and we're not going to be near a bathroom, I will say to him, Reed, it's time to go to the bathroom. Oh, by the way, guys, quick tip, go watch after this video my potty training video. If you're in the middle of potty training your kid or you want to be soon, it's a great series on potty training that will really help you up your game and do it successfully with no accidents. I'll link that right over here. I just told him to go to the bathroom, right? And here is his response. No, I don't want to. Sound familiar? Does that drive you nuts as much as it drives me nuts? It makes my blood boil when he says no to me, and we're in the process of teaching him respect and how saying no to mom or dad or anyone important is just not a nice thing. As a parent, we have to have understanding. We have to slow down and we have to realize that we're dealing with a toddler. We have to attempt to understand their feelings even if we don't agree. Without understanding, there is no relationship. You know, we all seek to be heard and understood, and when this basic need is not met, we feel hurt and we draw away from the person that did that to us. And I think as parents, we all want to build a lasting friendship that will be really special in years to come. I know you might not always be their best friend as they're growing up. You have to discipline as well, but it's so important to try to build that special friendship so when they're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, you have a good relationship with them and they value you and your opinions and they love and respect you. And this doesn't mean you're just placating their every thought and idea. It just means you care, you're willing to slow down and listen, and you're willing to hear out their thoughts, their dreams, and their desires. Once you take into account their feelings on a matter, you can then formulate your opinion and what you need to respond with. Instead of a quick knee-jerk reaction that ends up hurting the relationship, you have come to a conclusion that this is what needs to be said, and you've had prayer and thought behind it. And when you do that, they can then respect you better and value that you took time to think about it. You didn't just come up with something really quick. The tip for step 2 is going to be that you need to make sure that you tell them, I need 10 minutes to think about this to give you the best response that I can. The goal here, guys, is when you feel like you need some time, just say that to them. Say, hey, I'm gonna get back to you on this in a few minutes or a day or whatever you need, and then try to put yourself in their shoes. Try to think like them and realize what they're going through so that you can have empathy and understanding. And I think that means so much to our kids and really helps them feel connected and that we're on their side. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but if you like what you see so far, why don't you consider subscribing to my channel? It's free and it's fun, and you can join us and you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. Step 3 is here, and that is compassion. So compassion is an important part of our lives in general, but especially with our kids. Once you build an understanding heart and nature in your own life, you then can naturally overflow compassion into their lives. They will feel as though you are relatable, you are interested in their happiness, and you want to see their point of view. Tip for this one is get on their level. When they're sad, let them know that you're sorry, that you feel bad for them, that you're there for them, and that you want them to be happy in the end, and that you care. If you're the one that upset them and you know you need to apologize, because I know that's a big thing too, is it's hard as a parent to want to apologize to your kids, but there's times when we truly maybe said something we shouldn't or reacted too quickly, and it's really great to be able to go to them and say, hey, Reed, I'm sorry, I did this, I said the wrong thing, and I was too quick to react, and I should have thought, and I'm sorry. I've done this so many times with Reed actually in his short life, and every time it just reminds me to try better next time and to own up to my actions and to know that that means more than just shoving it under the carpet and not saying anything. Step 4 is here, and it is patience. One I struggle with big time. This is basically the thing that I have to work on every day with Reed. And if you have a toddler, you know patience is a really hard thing at times. Even if you're a patient person, they can try you in every sense of the word. They don't know time frames, so when we say it's time to go, to them it's like, I have time, it doesn't matter. But we have to really slow down and realize that we need to work on being patient. No one likes to be rushed, and toddlers can be very clumsy by nature, so to rush them is just going to make them feel like they're out of control and they can't keep up. Leave extra room for yourself and know that if you have to be somewhere at 12 o'clock and you're supposed to be leaving at 11:45, make sure rather than getting them ready at 11:30, you get them ready at 11. Start really early. So the tip for this step is allow them to do things on their own. You're gonna have to take a lot of deep breaths. This is hard. And if you're a perfectionist, which I'm a little bit of, and I try not to put that on Reed, it can be so hard to sit back and go, okay, you can do this. If you have a toddler, you know that they want to do things. They want to feel like they are working towards something, that they're growing up. Whenever we say, oh, Reed, you're such a big boy, you're getting so big, he just beams. He loves feeling like he can master something. If you have potty trained already, if you haven't, go watch those videos, but if you've potty trained, let them go to the bathroom on their own. Trust them in that. Let them put on their clothes, maybe even let them make some breakfast for themselves, with your help, of course, but guide them through that and give them permission to fail and to succeed in whatever they're doing. Enjoy the joy it brings to your children to let them grow up. My last step for being a better parent to your toddler is step 5, and that is grace. I'm sure you could probably even see that coming. Grace is everything. And of course, I'm a Christian, so grace means a lot to me as far as what God has done for me, and He overlooks all my flaws and my sins every single day and loves me anyway, and that is what we are to exemplify in our children's lives. Super important thing, guys, we need to remember is that that child is a gift from God. We're to treasure that gift and guide them through this crazy life. It's a privilege and a blessing to get to be by their side. And the best part is one day when we're old and frustrating and driving them nuts, hopefully we've provided that grace so that they see that and they remember and they provide that back to us one day. That is a wonderful thing to think about, and just to have that respect from your child. So treat them with respect every day and know that you are so blessed to have them in your life. Okay, the bonus tip, try to pick at least 3 things, maybe even more like 5 things. It's not that hard, but try to pick 3 to 5 things a week that you can either do with your child take them too, but basically the idea is to get on their level. So if you're home and say it's a kind of a rainy, messy week and you're inside, pick out some fun crafts or maybe a puzzle, or just do something fun with them where you're really involving yourself and you're getting on their level and you're pouring into their life. Just make sure you're with them, you're present, you're not on your phone, you are devoted to focusing on them. So I know in every day you're probably kind of focused on them, of course, because you're a stay-at-home mom and that's your job. At the same time, it's easy to get distracted and be cleaning and doing other things and not really focusing on spending time with your child. So at least spend 3 to 5 times a week, maybe even every day. Just make it a goal that every day you're going to do something with your child, because I have seen incredible results with this and behavior. And this just kind of happened naturally. I started watching Reed, and the more that I was on his level and focused on him and making that eye contact, he would behave better. So this is just a great tip for wanting better results out of your child and seeing those results by pouring into their lives and seeing how when they feel connected, they want to act better. Also, I love how he lights up. As soon as I get on the floor, he is just so happy and excited. And for the last tip, I just want to remind you to slow down and enjoy the journey, because all too often we're so busy with trying to rush around and get everything done, and we forget to really take that time to enjoy our children. So slow down, enjoy them, enjoy each day. It's a gift, and be blessed as you go forward in raising your children. Okay, now go watch my video, How to Make More Time for Yourself as a Stay-at-Home Mom. It'll be on the next page. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more motherhood tips and tricks.